22, a 2015 documentary edited, directed, and filmed by Elizabeth Lowe, represents a composite night for the homeless population of the Silicon Valley in the United States. The film delves into the idea of the microcosm of challenges confronting the dispossessed population of the city. Throughout this analysis, it'll be argued that whilst the film follows more of an observational structure, the film shares characteristics with the poetic structure as well to effectively convey Lowe's intended meaning to the audience. Elizabeth Lowe is a filmmaker and director of op docs, which mainly focus on presenting an opinionated topic to a widespread audience. As an observational documentarian, Lowe produces powerful, short films embedded with emotion. The moving shorts she shares shed light on overlooked communities in the American society as they navigate an ever-increasing state of inequality. Hotel 22 is no different to her previous films and does adhere to this structure and effectively conveys her style. By observing a minority group, she as the director takes a step back and observes what is happening from meters away. This alludes to her style of producing observational documentaries. Hotel 22 does stylistically and thematically fit into her repertoire. However, the slight poetic approach within this film complements her style. The film follows approximately 30 homeless men and women on their journey on line 22. Lowe's intended observational mode allows the film to feel as close to reality as possible. The camera within the film remains at a distance and mostly from the front of the bus, and it doesn't interrupt the generalized action on the bus. As the film progresses, the audience see the differences and conflicts that can arise between different socio-economic members of society. The observational stance of the film and the filmmaker's stylistic choices create the perfect, opinionated narrative for the audience. Both the non-diegetic and diegetic sounds are clear examples of this. Lowe's choice to use mostly natural and human sounds that hasn't been added post-production enhances the reality of this film. Often documentaries can be at the root of criticism, with questions constantly asked, how much of the film is actually truth? However, the use of natural sounds and occasionally poignant post-production music allows the audience to feel as if they are actually watching a realistic night for these people. Low lighting and wide camera shots are used to observantly show the isolation of this particular marginalized group of society. There are moments within the documentary where there is a particular focus on an individual that is involved with conflict with another passenger, and this is the only time that the camera steps out of its observational mode and to more of a poetic structure. The choice to show these moments, even though they were close to the observational mode of documentary, shows the most realistic part of the film. By showing the natural reactions of individuals on the bus to the situations around them, through the observational mode, it delves into the idea that this is as real as it gets for some of these people, and this is their reality. This choice made by Lowe effectively evokes emotion from the audience members and reminds them that they are not watching a reenactment completed by actors, but in fact real-life people. Another observation that Lowe portrayed to the audience was the difference between line 22, the day, and the night. The film begins showing the nighttime routine and the hotel that is created, but towards the conclusion of the film, it shows the working class and the youths for the bus during the day. This comparison that Lowe alludes to shows that both the working class and the homeless are different in so many ways, but are similar because they make the same journey, so to speak. A poetic mode of documentary is referred to in many aspects of Hotel 22. Personally, I do not believe that this was an intentional choice made by Lowe, considering her style is mostly observational. The structure of poetic mode of a documentary focuses on treating knowledge as a fresh way of seeing things and brings light to a situation. Hotel 22 does this effectively by taking a minority group and shedding light on the situation and reality that these people face. Lowe's intent to bring a new perspective to the world by presenting this film definitely incorporates ideals made by the poetic mode. However, it is clear that the observational mode takes more of a priority in her work. This is evident in the way that she allows the audience, through silence and observant camera angles, to see and hear what they would like to hear. This can also be in accordance with reader response theory by Fish and Isa, which show the importance of readers thinking for themselves whilst reading text and engaging with films, gathering their own understanding based on their life experiences. The style, content, and mode all work harmoniously together to create a documentary masterpiece that sheds light on the appalling reality of homelessness within the United States. The content of Hotel 22, paired with the observational style of Lowe's directing, allows the audience to feel empathy and have more of an understanding of the reality of the crisis. I believe that if the documentary was created in either participatory or expositional mode, the content of the film would have not been effectively portrayed Lowe's intended meaning to the audience. Therefore, it is clear that even though the film is strongly entrenched as an observational piece, the slight poetic allusions create the perfect masterpiece that evokes emotion and shares a strong opinion. It shows that a documentary can be both engaging and emotional whilst capturing a realistic depiction of homelessness within the United States.